I think I'll wait it out if I'm in a relatively safe place, because I can't really do anything for you guys anyway. You're on your own.
Okay, so we'll use that to hop over to the other party.
Oh.
The rest of you guys,
Witness me.
who've all been slinking out the back, you just knocked a guard out.
Do this.
Grog, so you come slamming up with the trinket behind you, up to the front of the building. You see the front doors are there before you.
Oh, they're in front of us? I'm
Yeah.
already raging?
Yeah.
I just fucking bust through, ape shit style. 26.
26?
Yes.
You rush forward with your foot. It's Sparta, the front of that door just cracks open. Trinket coming up behind you. The door's open. You can see now before you there is a single staircase that kind of curves up to a second floor of this foyer. There's a large vase right at the base of it right there. There's a couple tables by, and it goes to the right and left. Do you enter the premises?
Oh, no.
Or are you staying right at the door? It's up to you.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd go in.
All right. All waiting, crossbows at the ready. The doors slam open. You guys rush in for a second. There's nothing immediately within your range, and you look up and see an entire array of guards all trained upon you and Trinket. A voice behind them goes, "Loose!" So six crossbow bolts come at you. Oh. These bolts are now sticking out of your chest. Like this kind of front quilled porcupine. That's
badass.
You just take the pain and grin for a second. You have that irony taste of blood kind of reach the back of your throat from the immediate impact, and it just further intensifies your rage. Bringing us to Count Tyleri's turn. Now, Tyleri, who's currently looking over the banister, he kind of steps forward here for a second. Grog, this works for you, because you look up and you see all the guards there. Tyleri walks up. It's kind of rotund-looking, slimy individual, thinning hair, very pale skin, a little bit of facial hair that has never really seemed to grow fully in, but he tries to groom the best he can.
Grog's beard is better than that.
Oh, much better. He's wearing fine clothing. He's got rings encrusting his fingers, but he walks with like a deftness to the edge of this stairway and kind of looks over and says, "Interesting. I figured there'd be more of you."
Interesting. There's a lot of dead men up there.
Of which you see him leap up onto the ceiling, stick to it, and begin to scatter across.
The one with the shitty beard?
Yep.
Tyleri?
Yep.
He's Spider-Man?
He jumps up and spider crawls across the ceiling and then drops down.
Had a spell or something like that.
Yeah. He, with deft acrobatic feats, he leaps across, drops, and lands right in front of you. You can see now in his face, as slovenly as it is, there is a look of deathly hunger in his eyes and fangs
he's a
bared from
vampire.
under.
That's a neat trick.
Vampire.
He is now going to make 2 melee attacks again to you. That's a natural 20.
Oh, come on.
Well, as he just kind of grins at you with this like hissing sound, licking his fanged lips. That ends his turn. That brings us to Grog. You're up.
I go into a frenzied rage and I use reckless attack along with my great weapon master, and I turn that thing into a piece of goo.
The guards all reload their crossbow bolts, move in. These 3 now see the bear in the back, and they're going to fire on Trinket. These 7 are all going to fire on Grog.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to call Hex on that first guard there.
Which one? Right there?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my my action surge. And I'm gonna take 3. I'm gonna start taking my shots, and I'm just gonna work my way up.
Okay, so you swing around the corner, you look up at the one guard, and as you kind of concentrate for a second, bringing your gun up, your eye is going to go black again, the smoke kind of pouring out from the corner of it. Smoke begins to pour out of the midsection of the guard. It looks confused for a second. It swirls around him as part of the hex that has him marked as you release your next 3 blasts. What's it? I'm sorry?
10.
10 misses. First shot just goes wide, blasting a chunk out of the upstairs hallway.
11.
11 also goes wide this time, blasting apart the banister in front. The guard kind of dodges out of the way as the wood splinters past him.
Natural 20.
Yeah!
That's the Cersei we know. As you look up, the first 2 shots fire, go wide. The third one just explodes, and in a burst of black smoke, the guard's head is no longer across his shoulder.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I move the black cloud to the next guard.
Okay.
He also gains disadvantage on all. Let's make it dexterity saving throws.
Okay, or ability checks.
Ability checks, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll
So
dexterity.
the smoke pours off the body and coalesces around the next guard to his right. All right, that ends your turn.
That's the end of my turn.
Right towards the table, make an acrobatics check to slide my ass across it.
Are you doing that?
Acrobatics
Do
check.
some hazard
And land.
style.
Just
Acrobatics
do
check.
hazard.
That's a 10. That's a 23.
You did it so much
Slide it
cooler
there.
than me.
So I'm gonna go and eviscerate the bowels of the fucker who's fucking with him.
Okay, so right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can get up there
Sneak
with
attack
double
because
movement.
he's engaged with Grog.
Correct.
So here comes
As
the
he
first
slides
one.
over the
And
table
Trinket
in
is-
front of me, I go, that was pretty awesome.
Dark, in a blur of darkness. You come swinging up. You can see Tyleri is currently grasping Grog. Out of the corner of his eye, just sees the movement, looks over curiously as the blade is immediately in his side.
Bowels.
Gives out breath. You can see like the kind of jowl shake from the impact of the dagger blow, and he looks down angrily at you, fangs bared as the two other attacks hit his side.
Yeah, I'm looking him right in the eyes. I do that too.
As at the end of your turn, he uses 2 of his legendary actions.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm wearing my helmet, my shiny helmet.
I know. To look at you, reach up with the throat that he's grasped, and sink his fangs directly into your throat, Grog.
All right, Trinket's just gonna try to claw him.
Come on, you're my favorite bear, Trinket.
That hits him. That definitely
Do
hits
it.
him.
Shadip.
That's
16 plus a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know this.
Natural 20!
You got a natural
For the
20.
bear?
On the crit
All
train.
right. So
Okay.
damage on the first strike.
That was a critical roar.
11 for the first.
All right.
24 damage.
24 damage. How does Trinket want to do this?
I just killed a vampire!
Is this a first?
Go, but-
Is this a first?
This is a first.
Is this a first?
I think it's Trinket's first kill.
Trinket
Trinket!
claws crosswise and takes off his head with
Okay.
a bite.
Okay. So as Trinket reaches down, arcing across both claws across his back, Teleri is dropped to his hands and knees. Looks up as Trinket then puts his jaws down over the head.
Rips up.
Lifts up as you see the flesh begin to tear on his body. He screams out in pain as the body turns to mist.
Damn it! He's a vampire. But you know what,
Is the mist
Trinket?
there? The mist there? What happened?
Mist is there, yeah. There's a clump of mist where he once was.
Somebody light a match.
I'm coming!
All right, that brings us to Keyleth.
Okay. So seeing Vax go over the table and being like, that was cool, I'm also gonna be like, hit. So I'm gonna come in and I see him a headless dude with mist.
No, you just see Grog, Vax, and Trinket in the center of this foyer with a big cloud of mist kind of near Trinket and Grog, and an entire array of guards with heavy crossbows trained down on the 3 of them in this like ambush pit.
Would you know what it was?
Yeah, you would. We've learned about vampires. We know they turn into mist.
Yeah.
You heard Percy say, "Vampire!"
Vampire!
Fire! Oh! Great! I'll drop the wind wall and cast Sunbeam and just eyes flashing light just right in the concentrated beam where I have this mist there.
Okay. As you release the wind wall, the mist immediately begins to push its way this way out of the room. However, you catch it, your eyes glow, and as you release your hand forward, a blast of pure sun energy shoots forth from your hands. You see it burning the back wall like a big thick laser. Just and as the mist tries to escape, you catch up to it, and you hear this faint echoing screeching cry as the mist immediately is evaporated on impact.
Can we loot the mist?
Thanks!
And we loot this.
You can fill a pocket with ash if you like.
How many's left?
Whoosh.
No, I
I
can
have
always
5 very nervous-looking
smash them off the
guards
back.
right now.
We were trying to.
They all
Run
They're
away.
gonna try and flee, aren't they?
are look to each other, and their one leader goes like, "Men, run!" They all dart outside into the rainstorm.
I'll take my turn now.
Okay, Grog.
I leap over the banister with my warhammer high and jump down on the guy that's closest to me.
Right there? Okay, make it.
Bringing it down with a reckless attack and great weapon master.
Okay.
Should I shoot the guys running away?
Yes.
You're gonna shoot people in the back.
I'm not gonna shoot them in the back. Is the guy on the ground? He looks like he's in a lot of pain, doesn't he?
He's not going anywhere.
I'm gonna put him out of his misery because he looks
We
like
don't
he's...
want people running to report we're here.
No, exactly.
Oh, really? So I should get the guys?
Yeah.
No witnesses.
They might be vampires.
Oh,
They
God.
might call vampires.
Okay.
All that.
13 points of damage. That guy is to the back of the head.
And I,
Just slides in the mud for about
and
2
I
feet.
act like I have another... I can attack him again. I say, stop!
Make an intimidation check.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Natural 20!
It is.
That's amazing.
Watching his friend fall and slide in the mud, he stops where he stands and looks over his shoulder, slowly turning around, shaking.
And I say, get inside now.
Do I kill him or do we keep him?
You have to make that decision yourself.
Yeah,
He's
whatever.
coming back inside.
Or he's standing there
He's
now.
currently standing about 10 feet outside in the rain, just
Is that a win? I'm just gonna go, excuse me, trinket, sorry, and I'm just gonna peek around the door and go, skoof, and sunbeam him.
as he's standing there in the rain, shaking and looking at his friend and looking at you, Keyleth kind of just steps in the frame and goes, and before he can go, wait! And there's just this scattering of ash that was against his body. His armor is left intact and just tumbles to the ground. And this pile of you see smoke sizzling off of the now heated armor. There's no sign of his physical body anymore, just a smattering of now mud that the ash has now mixed with in the rain outside. One guard left, who is currently one broken ankle and one missing lower half of his left leg, on the ground, looking at you all, hyperventilating and trying to back away, like...
Since I'm kind of outside in the threshold of the house, can I see where Scanlan might have lit up the other house yet?
You can see a little bit of a dark screen in the distance. You can't tell if it's just like nearby chimney or if it is a symbol of Scanlan. The rainstorm does make it a little hard to see at this point, and through the adrenaline pumping in your system and the fact that you just disintegrated 2 individuals in a short period of time, you're also kind of wrestling with the morality of that and dealing with the fact that what you just did. So your concentration doesn't really enable you to notice anything yet.
Okay.
Who's got questions for Pegleg over here?
I do. I hop down off the balcony and walk up by Grub.
I stay standing outside, just staring out into the distance. It
Like
worked out.
clockwork.
It worked out. This is fine.
I hold my hammer over his other knee and I go, look, we can work on you one limb at a time. Or you can be very truthful and my friend can end it all very, very quickly.
Looks around the rest of the group, sees you walk up the stairs.
I peek around my brother and go, isn't there anyone else in the house?
No,
If you're lying, you'll pay.
all of us were here. We were waiting for you.
Got it. I go upstairs with Percy.
That mist is probably following me around at this point, isn't it? Just
The black smoke, you mean?
yeah, before since it's not.
Oh yeah, the black
dissipated
smoke
for
is
about
kind
an
of
hour.
just slowly trailing behind you. It's kind of with each step you take, it kind of licks the back of your boots.
Oh boy. Okay.
We've all been working for the Briarwoods. They mean well. They have big plans. I know that. I don't know the details of it. They don't tell us, but we're keeping guard on them. We were supposed to stop this insurrection. These people. We rounded up folks. We were given basic descriptions, and we hung people against the Sundry as a warning. We hoped it wouldn't come to any sort of conflict, that you would take that as a means that you weren't supposed to be here. But then we all saw what happened. What happened to Sir Kerian in his house, and that meant that you were here, and that you meant business. So, Tyleri, Vedmire, we waited for a signal, and we heard that you were planning an attack. So we set up guards here. We prepared, and sure enough, you showed up. So let us know that our contacts are good, and we thought that would be enough. We didn't realize you'd be walking in with whatever the fuck this thing is. I don't know what you are. And he looks like he looks genuinely frightened at the fact that you, with all these bolts sticking out of your body, are still grinning above him. Nothing should have survived that ambush.
Let's back this up a little bit. You hung people from the Sun Tree,
Yeah, as a warning.
where I saw that child. I slit his throat.
With a wet gurgle, the life expires from his body. Pool beginning to form on the tile below him.
Nicely done, Vax.
Piece of shit.
So Percy and I are upstairs alone?
Yeah.
I go upstairs and I get Percy up against a wall. I turn around and slam against a wall.
Okay.
This is sexy.
27.
And I look him straight in the eye.
And kiss him.
And I say,
Stop encouraging.
are you alright?
I think so.
Look me in the eye, Percy.
I feel cruel, but in control. This is controllable at the moment.
Alright. I'm insight checking him.
Go for it, roll insight.
Shit, just shit.
He's hard to read right now. His focus is divided amongst your intensity and trying to answer your question. There is this kind of, the pause in his throat isn't because he's thinking, it's because he grasps the words to describe it. But there is a quiver to it, and you can see his hands are still shaking a little bit. And as you look down at his hands, you also see the smoke is still kind of slowly swirling his ankle. You start seeing now the dark plume of smoke in the distance. Scanlan has apparently effectively set the signal.
And I cast my Skywrite spell. I just spit. And I use the smoke in the distance and just start, like, as it's rising up into the sky, start drawing out the Dorolo family crest across in the smoke.
Oh, something's happening! Something's happening in the sky.
That's me.
I think it's a magic wielder of some sort. Something. I must flee.
I'm going to check his desk upstairs for anything interesting.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Yay!
As you're rummaging through the notes in the desk, a lot of them are ledgers involving the trade in and out of the city. He has his hands dabbling in elements of the timber trade, elements of the actual trade of whitestone. You know, and you understand, like, the reason that whitestone itself is the stone that's mined here is so popular for construction, architecture, and other elements is the stone that these mountains are made of when properly prepared. There is a faint bit of residuum that is just naturally ingrained in the rock here. No one really knows how that came about, but whatever it is, while it's not inherently magical, it makes it a little bit easier, faster, and cheaper to enchant the stone. So when it comes to, you know, enchanting like a teleportation circle permanently somewhere, or for traps, or things, not actual objects, but actually enchanting anything made of stonework,
Right.
it's easier to enchant, and that's why the white stone of this area is kind of sought after and a good trade element. So there's notes about that, but the stone trade has been halted. All stone is continuing to be mined, but it's not being exported.
The desk.
You know you're a little pressed for time because you can feel the energy in the town begin to rise, and you start hearing noises. You keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
The people that rushed into the rooms are now rushing back out. Some of them are wearing leather tunics and small bits of armor. They have weapons gathered, and they're forming small bands.
I kind of everyone out. And I start casting a flaming sphere.
Okay.
We're out by now.
Yeah.
Everyone out?
You guys all step out into the rain, pouring down. What bits of like guard blood that have been pressed against you washes off.
Oh.
I kind of peek in this foyer.
Mhm.
And just poof, right in the middle. Kind of take a minute to move it all around. Just
Flaming sphere begins to just corkscrew around this room, up over the banister, up to the upper area, and like an artist, you just paint this entire room with flame until the entire interior of this main foyer is just an inferno. You can hear the flames licking, and the light is very bright. You end up kind of backing up, and you can see people, unarmored folk in nearby homes that are pressed up against their windows, watching this happen and whispering to each other. The children, those that are kept kind of guarded and are not part of this rebellion initially, are watching this with smiles.
okay. I think that's good enough. Yeah, let's go.
Head back to
Occasionally, darting past the streets, you see kind of militant occupants of Whitestone, armored, rushing through, shouting orders to each other. Some coming back wounded and like helping their friends back. the midday rebellion has definitely started, and you get the sense that the initial surprise has been effective. But the longer this runs, the longer this wears on, the more and more of a body count this will be.
Seeing the chaos, can I get the dust of tracelessness and start trying to sprinkle it behind us?
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, we should do something.
I know we really
You have
should.
to help? Oh, am I with these guys yet?
You have not, but you all meet up back at the alcove, communicating over your earpieces.
Am
It's
I
not
there? Am I
safe.
there, Matt?
Yes.
You've just now gotten to that point. You see the door closing as you get there.
Ah, hello. Hi. How'd it go?
Good work, by the way. That was awesome. I mean, I could just, I saw the fire. I don't know
Yeah.
what you did, but
well,
I set fire to the place. Some shit went down. Dinosaurs were harmed.
oh,
But I know that you got the smoke signal and
Wait.
used that to attack.
I feel like we should get word out to somebody though, because
To what? To hold the
I
revolution?
don't know. I feel like everybody's gonna die before we even get to the castle.
that's the thing. I don't know if this is the time to rest. What time is it now?
Right now, I'd say you're close to 3 in the afternoon.
How do we tell the people to like
We need
hold
to
off?
briefly quell the rebellion?
We started something. We can't stop it now.
Are we going to be willing? Actually,
Well, let's
we're
spread
going
word.
to be indoors. It doesn't matter what time we go in to attack the castle.
We gotta rest.
Why don't we take a short rest, heal up a bit, get back out there, take down some giants. What do you guys say?
I admire this fire in your eyes, but
What if we run out and tell
so
people to
stupid.
stop fucking fighting and wait until tomorrow?
That's what that we.
They won't.
We
the
literally,
giants are
I
gonna
just
keep
threw up a giant.
smashing them.
What time did he say it was?
It's about 3. We could do a round. We could just do a round of the front courtyard and see what's going on.
Fuck! Fine.
Try and sleep through the night.
Alright, we fight until
How
we
about-
absolutely can't fight anymore.
What about the people that absolutely need a short rest at the minimum? Stay.
We
stay
we
for
can
an
take
hour.
a short rest.
We're
we
short
can take a
resting
short
right
rest.
now.
Rest for an hour.
Okay.
This is gonna go on for a while, but the longer we wait indoors, the more people are gonna die, and if we're killing people to try and save the masses, which is how I'm justifying this whole thing, by the way, I feel like we can't leave the masses to their own devices.
Wait a second. What about Jabal? Is that his name?
Yeah, they're standing up for
We also
themselves.
There's also the point that somebody is informing on us.
Someone
What?
is informing
What are you
on
talking
us.
about? Why?
They were ready for us. They knew we were coming.
Of course they knew we were coming. We killed one of
They
them.
we
said there
burned
was
one
an
of their houses
informant. They said that there was an informant when we were there.
Who did?
That guard, he said our contacts were right. Our informant was correct.
Yeah,
Somebody
someone's-
is informing on us.
Yeah.
That's fine, he's got hip.
No, I can sing a song
I
of
got it,
rest for all of us. Health. We need some now. Health. Not just anybody. Health. You know you need someone. Help.
As you guys are getting towards the end of your rest, you hear the large, heavy footfalls hitting nearby. A loud, heavy impact, and you hear some short cheers outside.
Oh, he died. That's 2 down. Splat.
Outside, how far away is that giant that was
As you step outside and look, it's about 60 feet off near one of the big crossroads near this area. And there is zombie giant has been completely felled down, and there are 3 people now that are currently in the process of hacking its head off just to make sure. It's a group of about seven people that live here. They're all looking pretty messed up, but they're all eager and kind of adrenaline given. They're all hacking away and stopping and taking a breath. You hear in the distance bolt of lightning coming down from the storm, and as it kind of echoes, everyone kind of shakes for a second, look at each other, give like a cheer of victory. They all hop off the body of the zombie giant and begin darting further in towards the center of the city.
I look up. Is my Derulo symbol still in the sky?
It's there. It's dissipating slowly, but it's still there. It's moved a little bit off axis with the storm.
Okay.
So that's it. That's it for the big houses, right? We've
Yeah.
All the big houses have
just the castle.
just the
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go giant hunting.
All right, so from the alcove, you guys head in a southwestern motion, keeping off the main paths best you can. The main chaos seems to have died down a little bit in this area of the town. You come across another body of a zombie giant.
It's 3.
Surrounded by what looks like 8 bodies of civilians of the town.
Are they all dead or are they injured?
No, they are all very dead. 2 of them which are torn in half and just tossed to different sides. One appears to be half-eaten, and the rest are just smashed. But whatever troop was with them managed to take the zombie giant down.
Nice.
Eventually make your way to the center of the town square, where the sun tree is, and there is, across the way on the opposite side, what appears to be, in mid-struggle, one zombie giant that's has a series of spears or javelins sticking out of its torso. It's currently swatting at a group of individuals that have torches in the rain, still trying to kind of get up towards it and push it backward. You glance around real fast and you can see to the south there is still the battle raging between the zombie giant and crew of individuals, but you look back where you guys were from and you see a large series of shapes stepping through the rain, coming from the direction you guys were. As you're having this conversation, you keeping your eyes forward as he's saying this in your ear, you can see as the light of the town is slowly beginning to vanish into a sunset.
Is it still
What are we
raining?
doing?
It is still raining. You see ahead of you, coming from the central roadway into the square of the town, you can only surmise to be anywhere from 30 to 50 armored skeletal entities that are pouring from the north.
Okay, I climbed the sun tree.
Wait, what? We gotta get out of here.
I'm climbing the sun tree.
Climbing the sun tree. All right, you guys see Keyleth scurry up the sun tree.
I blow my horn of
Hide
fog
or what?
to create a smoke screen. I don't know.
We're fucking with
The slow horn blow comes out, and this fog begins to fill the area between this marching skeletal army and the sun tree where you guys currently are. Looking over your shoulder, you can see the zombie giant finishes smashing the
How
last
far-
individual in that crew.
how far away?
And like jams it into its,
So
jagged
there's
giant
a big
teeth.
army coming down, like filtering down a street.
down the street towards you.
How far away?
You can't tell now. There's just fog all in the way.
I can't tell how far away they are roughly.
Not right now. You can't see them.
Kiki,
I can't see them?
Think
No,
this-
because Scanlan just created a whole bunch of fog between the two of you.
Smoke screen.
You gotta go.
The moment that you saw, they're
No.
maybe about 100 or so feet from you.
Keyleth, tell us what you're thinking, because the rest of us
We
are
gotta
thinking
get
it's
outta
time
here.
to go.
You engage, they'll follow. We go, we fight another day, we sleep in the rafters, we wait till daybreak.
You make your way up to the very precarious top of the branches. It's very, very. You can feel the brittleness of it as the tree itself is. Its life force is withered over time, and some of it cracks, and some of the actual bark of the tree kind of twists off in your grip as you get to the very top. You can look just over the bank of fog that Scanlan has created, and you can see beyond that. The number of undead from this angle, what was initially like a 30 probably pushes closer to about 100.
Okay, and they're like 100 feet away?
Starting about 100 feet away, slowly marching towards you.
I'm
We
just
need to-
trying
I'm gonna right kind of where they are. I'm
Gotta
gonna just
go.
start where they a little ahead of where they originate, and I'm gonna start making an ice storm. Oh, and pushing all the way back to where, just right down these fuckers.
I'm also just trying to stay underneath her as best I can.
Okay.
Stop looking up her skirt, brother.
She's good.
Yeah, skirt. She's been wearing a dress this whole time.
Thought she was covered in leaves.
Suddenly, you see some of the clouds above you begin to funnel downward, and a few bolts of electricity through it. As the funnel hits, it grows dark, and then all of a sudden, this cold wind begins to swirl around it. And with that, the cloud almost seems to tear open within itself, and a sheet of jagged ice and sleet begins to pour downward into the center of this undead horde. As it does, you can see probably a good 25, 30 of these are just blown apart. Bone shards scattered around, and you can see bits of rusted metal weapons and armor thrown left and right. The ice then kind of coalesces over the floor of this area, and some of the skeletons just kind of slip, but they keep marching forward. It definitely took a chunk, but as it continues pushing forward,
Now we can run.
Good job. I grab the back of her shirt and yank her backwards.
Okay, you guys make your way down the tree. As you get to the bottom of the tree, the zombie giant has taken notice of the sudden flashing of light and the movement in the tree, and is bounding towards the tree after you guys.
I'm gonna shoot at the giant as we're running.
Okay.
And as she's like rearing up her bow, I'm behind her, and I just bring down the bolt for 32 damage.
Damn. You can see the bolt strikes the front of the zombie giant right as it starts swinging after you guys. The bolt hits its shoulder and blasts a chunk of its shoulder blade off. You see bone shards fire behind, and there's a giant piece of its torso now missing where the bolt hit. It stumbles back onto its back foot and catches itself, almost toppling over.
Just start backing up.
As it
Vex.
It starts lumbering forward again as Vex releases her arrow, which splits into 3.
Vex.
54 points of damage.
Whoa.
Kill it.
Nice.
Whoa.
See, it's definitely taking damage, and it keeps pushing forward. Yeah, it's still moving towards you guys.
I pull out.
It's about 10 feet from you guys right now.
I pull out bad news.
Okay.
God damn.
And I shoot it. I'm shooting it with bad news in the, and I'm going for an aim shot to the legs.
Okay. To the moment it would take for you to stop and pull out bad news, by the way, is the moment you guys are turning around to attack it. It has gotten within range to hit, so this is all happening simultaneously. So it's going to get still managing to keep its zombie form through. It seems like every single hit you're taking chunks off of its body, but it continues to push through the damage until eventually it swings at you with the hit. Bad news goes off as it blasts through the center of its torso. It takes out the back of its spine. It can't keep its physical form together, and as its body lunges forward, you throw both of your daggers, which go thunk, thunk into each of its eyes. It falls forward. The torso seems to roll on impact and come after you like a slow-moving boulder for a few feet. But since you're all moving forward, you manage to outrun it, just barely keeping out of the way. The legs walk on their own for 2 more steps before they just hop forward into the mud, kind of relieving all of its internal intestines into the rain-soaked ground floor.
Let's get out of here. Go to the woods.
Pass without a trace.
Aggressive flower girl.
You guys.
Do I see any other as we're running through?
Just run, Keelan.
I grab Keyleth by the arm and I just pull.
Yeah,
and
run. It's running.
You guys go running back, and as you're looking over your shoulder, you can see the skeletal army swarming the center of the square and pouring into the streets. It seems that the Briarwoods had their own reserve anti-riot campaign at the ready.
Or are they gonna take out everybody?
We can't go. We can't go.
We have to go.
We
We have nothing left.